on the YouTube channel, and those of you who will be on the church site as well, as we get ready to do what I do each and every night. Somebody said, come to New York. Baby, if y'all send me one of them New York tickets, I sure be there. We're getting ready to really do a part two of what we did on last night. When the subject last night was, it's not your fault. I want to take it into a new atmosphere tonight, dealing with you got to hurt before you heal. We're coming out of the SVP TV network studios here in Memphis, Tennessee. Those of you who are on social media, I believe you know the rules. We don't mind you disagreeing, but when you become disrespectful, you're gone and you never return. Baton Rouge, Jackson, Mississippi.
The opinions expressed on this talk show, producers and/or persons appearing on the program, and do not reflect the views and opinions of the SVP network. This program may include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion advised. If you wanna know what's that, yes. If you wanna know, ask that, yes. He will let you know, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the daddy, yes, Matthew show.
What you saying?
He's not afraid to tell the truth. He is the one that will inform you about all those jokers that are doing wrong.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Sometimes the other news don't get it right.
They don't get it right.
And it does his homework every night.
10 seconds.
Local news, world news, national news, he's gonna get it
5, 4, 3, 2.
And gents, when you thought it was safe, it is absolutely positively not. And good Thursday evening to you, and welcome again to Still the Most. Many of you have thought that it was your fault. And I was glad to hear from several women today who stated that the show on last night helped them release, helped them to understand that the perpetrator is your enemy. The perpetrator is the one that caused the damage, and whatever damage that is being caused in your life now from the trauma of the event, it's not your fault. It's the fault of your abuser. Many of you as young women, many of you as older women, you were abused in your home by your uncles and your fathers, stepfathers, brothers, people that even sometimes you were allowed to be fondled and molested by your mother's boyfriend. Because even if she knew, she turned a blind eye to it because she wanted to have the satisfaction of saying that she had a man. Just to returns, you've handled your business and I'll handle mine. Okay, thank you. Now, what I want to do tonight is go to the next level. After you realize that there has been hurt, then what do you do? So tonight, I want to take it to step two. I want to take it to step two. You got to hurt before you heal. Yeah, you got to hurt before you heal. And I'm hoping tonight that you can understand and comprehend what is going on, especially those of you who have experienced the hurt and the pain of rape, abuse, and even by people in your families. Okay, so that's where we're going to deal with on tonight. It's I've dealt with this for the last 2 days, and I'm going to deal with it on Sunday morning. Sunday morning, my morning's message at 10 a.m. at the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries here in Memphis. My message this Sunday is going to be entitled Abuse at the House. That's what we're going to talk about on Sunday morning. Abuse at the house. Many of you have memories of being abused by members of your family. Okay? And as y'all see, I'm just, because this is a serious subject, and at the very sign of someone being ignorant, you're gone. Okay? You're gone. Here's a lady saying she was beat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Many of you as women have dealt with this, and this is going to be our subject matter on tonight. On next week, I will not be in the studios on Wednesday night and Thursday night. I will be in Los Angeles on next Wednesday and Thursday. I'm flying out of Memphis Wednesday morning, going into Los Angeles. And we're going to be taping a nationally syndicated show. I'm going to be a guest on Tosh, or what is it? Tosh Point Zero. I had never heard of him until earlier in the week. But he gets millions of views every week. So I am not going to miss the opportunity of the national stage. They fly me in, gonna feed me real well and pay me. Hell, what else can I say? So I'm really looking forward to Tosh Point Zero. I've never seen it. It's on the Comedy Central channel. We're taping for a later date. So they called me and said, look, we need you. Yes, he is a comedian. I'm aware that he is a comedian. Somebody said, well, he gonna clown you. I know how to clown somebody back too well. I'm not worried about it. I want the national stage, the national exposure. We're also setting up to see if there's anybody else we can see while we're in Hollywood. All right. So that's one of the things that we're doing. Well, that's the main thing I'll be doing next week. So this show will probably be in repeat or on next week as well. But at every level, there's a greater devil. I want you to understand. Every level that you elevate to, there are devils that are there that are waiting to take you down. But I don't give the devil the power, since Scripture says that resist a man, he must flee from it. Don't mean that he won't come back. We are going to have a good time bringing the nation to Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries. And as I was talking to them today, I said, now, I know we're going to be able to talk about the talk show and the church. And yes, I guess that's what it's really all about, is the talk show church. Someone wants to know will I go live while I'm in Los Angeles? Probably so. I will probably go live um, while I am in Los Angeles, maybe on Thursday evening. I'm getting in. I know that there's rehearsals that night. When I'm getting into Los Angeles about 1 o'clock. Got to fly all the way to Denver and then go to LA. I got direct flights back. But I just thank God for the opportunity because, as I told you, my only goal left in this business after being in this broadcast industry 34 years is to have my own national show. So I'm going to be trying to talk to some people about having my own show. So, and appearing on a national show opens up some doors. It opens up some people who have not ever heard of Thaddeus Matthews. They live on the rocks and stuff. But we're going to do it, and I'm grateful to God for the opportunity to do just that. So y'all will have to miss me on next Wednesday night. And Thursday night, I'll be in the air on the way back to Memphis. All right? So we're going to deal with this subject tonight. You got to hurt before you heal. Don't worry about them making no joke out of me. Baby, y'all just handle y'all business. I got me. Please understand, if it's anybody I got me. I know how to handle me on TV. That's what I do. I'm in my own ballpark, okay? Just on national TV, they're going to have some cameras. We got some cameras. They're going to have some lights. We got some lights. I can handle me. So don't, they're going to try to, if they clown me, it becomes even more entertaining, okay? Because I know how to clown, okay? I know how to handle what I do. In fact, I'm hoping to be clowned. So then I get the opportunity to cuss nationally. Okay, let's get ready to take a commercial break. I want to take a commercial break early so that I can get back and really deal with this subject. You got to hurt before you heal. I want you also to get ready for April 21st at Naked Truth with Dr. Janella McSwain, as we're going to have a symposium dealing with this very subject matter that we're talking about. We'll be back after these commercial messages. Hey, Linda, that
100 full color obituary.
that Janelle McSwain of the church is in every break.
We got it.
Okay.
And you got 3 commercial breaks tonight.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Y'all ready for this subject matter tonight? Why y'all want to tell me, Melissa? Why y'all want to tell me about what he is? I don't give a damn. Y'all handle y'all. I promise you, I got me. Yeah, he's a ruthless atheist. Okay, his daddy was a preacher. I don't care about him being an atheist. Hell, I just want the national stage. Y'all worry about my business. Okay, and here's what we also do on my page for those of y'all who are new. Either you stay with the damn subject. I don't give a fuck about who he is. Okay? Stay with the subject matter. Don't take me all across the board because I will block your ass. Plain and simple. If you can't talk about what we're talking about, then you gone. I see Dr. McSwain is on the page. Don't waste none of this tea on my suit. Melissa, simply me. I told you the last time. It's what I'm talking about. That's the only thing that's important on my page is what I talk about. Okay. And once I take somebody off the page, you never are able to come back on the page. I don't care about how ruthless he is. I'm a nice guy, my damn self. And he'll make for good TV. Turn Dr. McSwain up a little bit for me. So they can hear her on
The sheriffs by my mother, who left me in the bushes, who told me I'd never be anything, who never hugged me, never told me she loved me a day in my life. Do you understand what I'm saying? How I came from GED to PhD. How I broke every generational cycle and curse in my own family. I want you to come out and hear how you too can love yourself, how I have to love myself, how you too can be anything that you want to be. I want you to understand how you too can rise above all your scars like I did. How I went from a welfare mother, from a single mother too, from a high school dropout, from stealing, from tricking, from selling drugs, from being on the corner, baby. Yes, you can do it. Failure is absolutely not an option. I will see you April the 21st from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Come on out, baby, because it's going down. Failure is not an option.
Don't you dare miss this symposium on rape, assault, and abuse on Saturday, April the 21st from 2 until 4 p.m. at the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries, 3835 Raleigh Milton Road. For more information, call area code 901-435-6161. That's area code 901-435-6161. Admission only $10. Edmund Ford Jr. has proven his commitment to public service by serving 3 terms as a Memphis City Councilman. As Councilman, Edmund Ford Jr. co-sponsored the South Memphis Revitalization Plan. He secured $1 million in CIP funds for the expansion and widening of 3rd Street. Supported and sponsored legislation along with the city that's in the process of bringing over 5,500 jobs to District 9. Sponsored $500,000 in CIP funds to restore the Health Loop and Head Start buildings adjacent to the Mitchell Community Center. His inherited spirit of service has allowed this 14-year educator in our school system to raise thousands for all Shelby County School high school seniors to receive free access to college scholarships. Edmund Ford Jr. has a proven record of service. Conditions are too critical to elect someone who can only make us promises. Let the work and service continue by electing Edmund Ford Jr. to the County Commission, District Number 9. District 9 doesn't need a change, but the continuation of a public servant who has already made that change. Vote May 1st, Edmund Ford Jr., County Commission, District 9. Paid for by the committee to elect Edmund Ford Jr., J. Ashley Miller, Treasurer. I'm in M&K Men's Fashion, 4696 American Way, and I'm in my favorite room. There are shoes everywhere. This is your only location for men's fashion, along with the other location at 3619 Hickory Hill Road. Young men, young ladies, you're getting ready for your prom. Well, M&K is the only place you need to go. They can customize everything for you. Young ladies, you've been worried about how that guy gonna look. He can look just like you. He can blend in, he can be your twin. It's gonna be love on prom night. Just look at it. And you guys that really want to stand out at the prom, get your stuff customized. Yeah. Get the bling bling on here any way you want to look. You can look at it. I mean, you
We're
fellas
in
like
commercial
those
break
skinny
for
pants.
those of you
Y'all get them.
who don't know and realize this is a
Boy, if you
TV
want a little
show.
bling on your feet as a bra, look at this. And for us guys who our prom days are far behind us, real leather shoes, they're normally $129. Hell, $99, the Fatty Bear Special.
Is that the last
You know,
one?
guys, I like to be sharp, and this is, who is this calling me and I'm cutting a commercial?
Huh?
Man, what you calling me for? Oh, you want to get sharp too? Then the place that you need to come is the M&K.
Can you hear me? 55 seconds.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, they got a special look. This suit right here that I'm looking at right now, this suit here is an excellent suit. Normally $199 by itself, but I feel so good with you calling me that I'm gonna give you the suit, the shirt, the tie, and damn, I'm gonna throw the shoes in free, all for $199. Now let me get back to cutting my commercial. You know, I wonder what I look like on a Sunday morning with one of these coats on right here. Boy, I'd be sharp when I get my thing going on a Sunday morning. You can get sharp. Men, this is the only place you need to come. Income tax
15
season
seconds.
is here. Prom season is here. Men, if you really want to be sharp, come to the place that keeps me
10
sharp.
seconds.
MK Men's Fashion.
6 seconds.
4696
5,
American Way
4,
and
3,
3719 Hickory Hill.
And welcome back to the Thaddeus Matthews Show. Rape is a terrible thing, and any woman that goes through rape, whether you're a grown woman or whether you are a young child, you have went through a traumatic experience. An experience that a man does not totally understand unless you are a man that has been raped as a child. Okay? What do you go through? There are many pains, there are many traumas that you go through. Okay? Take that, Dale. Can you block? In fact, I'll do this one. This DJ in fame, I'll just do it. Anybody that you see tonight that is not talking about what we're talking about and they're off subject, take them off my page. Okay? Okay? Here's where we are. We dealt last night with letting you know that the person that raped you, the person that molested you, he's the criminal. He's the criminal. The person that took away your joy, he's the criminal. It's not your fault. And many times, women find themselves going through all types of traumatic situations in their life because they blame themselves. They try to find a reason. They try reasoning with themselves as to why it happened. 504-6988. Quit bugging me. If you want the camera turned a particular way, then damn it, turn your TV a different way. Thank you. You go through all types of trauma. The likelihood that a person suffers even suicidal or depressive thoughts increases after the sexual violence. 94% of women who are raped experience symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder during the 2 weeks following the rape. And we shared this with you last night. 33% of women who are raped contemplate suicide. 13% of women who are raped attempt to take their own life. They do, in fact, commit suicide. They do, in fact, because of the traumatic experience that occurred in the rape. Now, many of you as women who are watching, you had stepfathers, you had fathers in some instances, you had brothers, you had uncles that molested you, touched you, ran their hands down in your panties. They was always bouncing you off of their knee. They were doing all types of malicious, dirty, demonic things to you. And as you got older, you began to blame yourself. So last night, we talked about it's not your fault. You can't blame you for the actions that a demonic individual, and it's got to be demonic, a demonic individual placed this hurt, this fear, and this trauma in your life. Okay? It's not your fault. Never, ever think, and let me get comfortable. Never, ever think that it's your fault. It was not your fault. It was, you had nothing to do with the maliciousness of the individual. So you've got to be able to go on with your life. We talked last night about the fact that many of you right now in your lives, because you never talked about it, you never told anybody about it, or as a child, if you told your mama about it and your mama was more in love with the penis that she was getting from the man than she was about you, girl, don't talk to me. You know you lying. And you've had that happened in many lives. You've had many mothers who are heroin addicts, who are dope fiends, crackheads, that would allow the drug man or other men to molest their daughters and have their daughters so that they could get just a little change to get the next bump. You remember these experiences. But now that you've come to the realization, now that you've come to the realization that it ain't your fault, what do you do now? Many a young man, they won't tell you, they won't talk about it. Many a young boy was sodomized as a child. He was penetrated by his uncles. He was penetrated by older boys. He was penetrated by his stepfather, or maybe even his own biological father. They did nasty things to him. They made him perform oral sex on them. They ejaculated in his mouth and all in his face. He was made to feel low as the earth itself. Many of these boys who were penetrated and many of these boys who were forced to perform oral sex grew up to be homosexuals. Yeah. He fell in love with what was happening to him, even though it was wrong and it was hurting him, not only physically, but mentally. He thought that this was what love was all about. The abuse. But that is, where do we go? Where do we go? We know about the hurt, but where do we go for the healing? Now, you will get your holier than thous, you fire baptized, Holy Ghost filled folk. Just take it to Jesus. Oh, just take it to Jesus. Take your problems to the Lord and just leave it with Jesus. Jesus will fix it. When? After a while. And we have not learned, especially as black folk, that God has instilled wisdom in people like Dr. Janetta McSwain and Dr. McSwain, I'm glad to see you on the Instagram tonight. God has put abilities there. And Dr. McSwain, as you hear it on the commercial, has went from a GED to a PhD, living as a young woman, a young girl, being molested by uncles and mama putting her in the bushes and saying, you ain't gonna never be no good. She was tricking, she was on drugs, and many of you have found yourselves in that condition. They want to tell you, just pray about it. Well, my brothers and sisters, I got to tell you that it goes beyond just praying about it. It's you got to talk about it. You've got to release this hurt that is on the inside of you. And that's the reason I'm inviting you to make sure you're there, get your $10 ticket, and make sure you're at Naked Truth on Saturday, the 21st of April, where you're able to release and talk to other folk. Dr. McSwain will be in the house. But now you've got to go through the healing process. Many rape victims go through life with feelings that are controlled, numb, in shock, in denial, disbelief. They may present a flat effect, quiet, they're reserved and have difficulties expressing themselves. Other rape survivors respond quite differently, being very expressive and verbalizing feelings of sadness or anger. They may appear distraught or anxious and may even express rage or hostility against those attempting to care for them. Yes, you got to hurt before you heal. Yeah. Some of the hurt may be that you relive the intensity of the trauma. You relive it. You vividly see it in your mind. You close your eyes and you see your perpetrator's face. You relive the acts. You relive him tearing off your pants and pulling your panties down and inserting himself in you. You relive him rubbing you and sticking his fingers in you, slobbing on you and doing all types of demonic things. You relive it. You continue to be hurt. You go back and you think about the incident and you feel as though you were not in control. You don't have a lack of support. You didn't tell nobody. And even if you told somebody, they didn't really listen, or they swept it up under the rug like we used to do in the black folk community, and y'all still do it in the black folk community. See, whatever happens in this family, or whatever happened in this house, stay in this house. And don't know that they were crushing the mindset and the mental capacity of that child. You some of the hurt may be that you're upset by things that remind you of what happened. You see a man, or you get involved with a man, and this man, you have not told him of your experience, even though you are preparing to marry him. He wants to be intimate with you. He wants to make love to you. He wants to ravish you. And in his sexual ravishment, which is done only in love, he gets a little strong with you. He becomes a little aggressive with you, and that aggression reminds you of the act of your perpetrator. So you become distant. You fight him off. You don't want to be loving to him because he reminds you of a point in life that your life you thought was destroyed. Yeah, you thought you think now that you're worthless because of what happened to you. You can't even stand to touch your own body. You can't stand to see yourself naked in the mirror because your nakedness reminds you of what happened. You have, as I said, you have your nightmares, your vivid memories, your flashbacks of the event that makes you feel as though it's happening to you all over again. You go through that period as though you can feel his hands all over you. You can feel him rubbing all over you, touching you in spots that you don't want to be touched. You begin to feel emotionally cut off from others. You feel numb or losing interest in things you used to care about. You feel constantly, you on guard that you can't no man get close to you. You can't have a relationship with a man because you're always on guard and you always think that the same thing that this man over here did to you, that every man is going to do that. Yeah, you think that. And many of you as women have turned to lesbianism because you don't want the touch of a man. You think that the intimacy of a woman who has not hurt you in the past is a greater love for you than the love of a man. You have no sexual. Some, it works two ways. Some become oversexed. Then some don't want no sex at all. You can't even masturbate because when you masturbate, you touch the area that this man touched on you. It feels as though you have done something nasty to yourself. Then some, because of the act, you just want to give it away. You just don't care. You've been scarred mentally. And you just don't care. You feel irritated or have an angry outburst. You always mad. Some of you right now, you stay angry because your every thought of joy is conquered by your thoughts of what happened to you in your past. You just mad. You have difficulties in sleeping. You have trouble concentrating. The reason that you couldn't go through school was because as you were growing up and this man was molesting you and raping you whenever he got ready, and nothing ever happened to him. He came and he could use your body like he wanted to. You could not go to school and concentrate on getting an education because you didn't want to go home. You knew what was at the house. That's the reason Sunday morning, I'm talking about this Sunday morning. You need to be in Naked Truth Sunday morning. Abuse at the house. Yeah. You jump it. You always easily startle. You avoid places or things that remind you of what happened. You consistently drink or use drugs to numb your feelings. You consider harming yourself. You consider harming others. You find yourself working all of the time to occupy your mind. You pull away from other people and you become isolated. You don't want to be around nobody. You become a loner because of the trauma and the actions of someone else. You think every man wants to play you. You look nice today, Barbara Jean. Don't tell me I look nice. I don't want to hear that from you. The hurt is coming. But if there is no pain, there is nothing that we can heal. That is, where do we go? Where do we go for healing? When you realize that it was not your fault and you've been holding anger against yourself for a number of years because you tried to figure out what it was that you did. The first thing that you got to do is to forgive you. Isn't it strange how we find it so easy to forgive everybody else but ourselves? We try to hold ourselves to be victims. I should have knew better. Maybe you was 4 years old. You didn't know no better. I should have fought him off. You were a child. You couldn't fight him off. And even as you became grown women and you allowed some man into your life and he forced himself on you and he raped you, whether you're from 18 to 80, you still go through the traumatic thoughts, the traumatic experiences of hurt and pain. When you get older and you get raped by a man that you are involved with, it hurts you even more. Because you say, I'm grown, I should have known better. I should not have done that. I should have known. I shouldn't have been kissing him. You said, I should have known he wasn't going to say or accept me saying no. I allowed it to happen too long. Baby, it ain't your fault. No means no. Well, I thought you really wanted it. You wasn't really saying. No means no. No, it's not your fault. Okay? It's not your fault. Maybe your pastor. I did a show a few years ago when I was still on the radio of a preacher. He dead now. His name was Bobby Brooks. His stepdaughter wrote a book. As a little girl, he had a couch in his office and he was screwing this little girl in the church. The mama found out about it, and guess what happened? The mama ended up marrying the preacher. Wait a minute now. Yes, it happened. Girl wrote the book. I thought she was crazy as hell. You know that this man, I don't care whether he was the preacher, the deacon, the bishop, the cardinal, the pope, was raping your child. You did nothing about it. And then you end up marrying the preacher that raped your daughter. Instead of killing him like he's supposed to be dead, you marry the rapist of your daughter. She probably still living. Name was Bobby Brooks. Girl came on my show after she wrote the book. And I'd love to find her again, bring her back on the show. How do you, as a mother, let me understand this. Please help me understand this. How do you stay with a man that you even suspect has a sexual liking for your child? How do you remain in the relationship? How do you have a relationship? How do you allow him to keep living? How do you keep on laying down with the man that your daughter has told you, Mama, Pookie, he touched me in betwixt my legs. Mama, Pookie been rubbing on me. Mama, Pookie stuck his finger in me. Girl, go on, sit down somewhere. You just run your mouth. You don't like Pookie, so you just come up with all types of lies. You just don't want to see me and Pookie together. How do you do that? How do you how do you do that? How do you allow your brother to abuse your child? Mama, Uncle Junebug, he touched me. That's my favorite uncle you talking about. But Mama, Uncle Junebug had his hands all up under my dress, rubbing me on my, yeah, Mama. Mama, he set me in his lap, wanted to play like he was the horse. And Mama, I felt something growing under me as he rocked me. Mama, how does it happen? How does it happen? And I know I see some of y'all saying that the molester sometimes has been molested, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree that every time that a man rapes a woman or he has molested a child that he has been molested, he's just demonic. And his life ain't worth living. There are men that look for control. See, I don't understand a man having a perverted nature towards a child. So y'all can't give me. You can't give me. You can't give me. Well, see, he was no. He just demonic. He's just demonic. He has that raping demon in him that a good bullet would take out of him. Yeah, would. Yeah. But you've got to learn, baby girl, you've got to learn to forgive. To forgive yourself. You got to learn to forgive yourself. And really, you've got to take the control that your offender, your perpetrator has on you. You forgive him, but you don't forget him. Right now, if I took a toll, there are many of you as women, and I see some of you here on the page who have been abused. You need to release it. You need to tell somebody. Some of you as women right now, you're being abused. Yeah. See, a man can molest you emotionally like he can physically. Some of you as women, you take all types of verbal abuse. He talks all up under your clothes. You accept it because you don't want to be without a mind. But in this action of forgiveness and forgiving yourself, you must choose a path of kindness and non-violence towards them. Sometimes. Because I know if you catch him, you're supposed to kill him. You're supposed to kill him. I'm sorry, Pastor. You the man of God. The man of God would bust a cap in his ass. Yeah. I got 2 daughters now. And if one of my daughters was to tell me that she's been raped, it's going to be some situations that's going to take place. Okay? It ain't going to be, let's have a prayer meeting. I'm going to be trying to find out when the family wants to meet to plan the funeral. I'm sorry. I can't go with the logic that some of you holier than thou folk want to give. Well, let's join hands and just pray for him. I prayed that I wouldn't miss, and I don't. Any man that rapes a woman, you about as low as any individual. If a woman don't want to give it to you, why you even want it in the first place? Why you want to have sex with a person that does not want to have sex with you? What pleasure is it? What enjoyment is it? Or was it about pleasure? Or was it just about control? You just wanted to hurt. You wanted to take your 30 seconds that it normally takes you. You want to ejaculate. You want to take control. You want to force yourself on this woman that does not want you. What kind of individual are you? And I'm talking to some men right now who've raped women. You out there. Couldn't have been mine. I'm sorry. Couldn't have been mine. I'd have had to call Steve Faris again. I've been playing crazy too. But I'll killed your ass. And waiting for the police to come. Any man that would rape a child brother, you don't deserve to live. Well, here's what I got to tell you as women. Do not let what happened to you bring you down. Do not let what happened to you harden and rot your soul. See, you as a victim must find ways past the guilt. You got to forgive yourself. See, because if you don't forgive yourself, you can never, ever move forward. You can't move forward in your life. But I share with you as mothers with daughters and sons, you need to sit down and have that heart-to-heart conversation with your children. You can't let your children come around everybody, including your kinfolk. Because the biggest enemies that most of us have are at the house. Your greatest haters, many times, they at the house. The person that you leave with your child is at the house. I told you last night, you as women, I don't give a damn whether you're black, white, blue, green, or yellow. Quit bringing men into your house around your children. Oh, that one, I got to go back for Instagram, folks. Y'all have to come back. I forgot to warn y'all. Y'all don't know by now. You. Those of you on Instagram, you only stay on 1 hour. Then we have to come right on back. But here you are. Here you are. You're a woman. You're a grown woman, and you desire the company of a man. And you got daughters, and you got sons, and you really don't even know Pookie's last name. You don't know where Pookie worked. 9 times out of 10, he ain't got there. You don't know who Pookie's mama is, his sister. You don't know nothing about Pookie. You just want some dang-a-lang. Dang-a-lang, dang-a-lang, dang-a-lang. That's all you want. Your mind is focused on the dang-a-lang, and you don't know the damage that's about to happen with your children, with your daughters. Your man sitting around your daughters with his boxers on. He becomes too comfortable with your daughter. You hurry up. You'll tell your daughter, this y'all new daddy. And well, this daddy number 3. And this just now, Marge. You are supposed to protect your daughter, your boys. Because you got men that's doing strange things to little boys. Again, y'all may not need to go to all the family reunions. Quit sending y'all children to spend the night at somebody else's house. Child, I'm going to see the Black Panther the night I got a date. Go on over there and stay at such and such house. Go stay at Auntie Margaret's house. Margaret got an old freaky son, or Margaret got an old freaky boyfriend herself. And the freaky boyfriend just grinning when the children walk through the door because he's about to prey on, and I ain't talking about P-R-A-Y, P-R-E-Y. He's about to prey on your daughter. Quit leaving. Look, let me tell you, mama, something. You can't leave your children at every grown woman's house. As a teenager, we're gonna stay over at Miss Margaret's house. Miss Margaret likes women. She bisexual, transsexual, pansexual, all them sexuals. And she gets your daughter at the house. Give her some milk and cookies. Girl, go in there and take a bath. You spend the night tonight, ain't you? Let Miss Margaret rub some baby oil on you. And before you know it, Miss Margaret has turned your daughter out. Ain't nothing no little boy can do for her no more. Miss Margaret done strapped on a dildo. And your daughter's first sexual experience was not from the little boy that took her vagina, took her virginity. What did I say? Virginity. Huh? It's Miss Margaret. Miss Margaret looks for little girls, young girls, teenage girls, 12, 13, and 14 years old. She straps one of them plastic winger things on. She will tell your daughter, I'm going to show you how it feels to be with a man. Pastor, you in the house tonight. This is what a man going to do to you. I'm just trying to trained you. So you be ready for them when them no good ass men come your way. Miss Margaret gonna be done told you how to handle it. Now you can't tell your mama. This is gonna be our little secret, okay? Okay. And she conquers the mental capacity of your daughter because you want to go see the Black Panther. And that black ass woman then turn your daughter out. She ain't gonna never want to be at home on the weekend. Can I go to Miss Margaret's house? Miss Margaret said I can come over. Okay, mommy, I'm gone. You mummy. She's skipping with two little ponytails on the side of her head. Somebody's on here saying exactly what happened to me. Got two little ponytails. Okay, mommy, you be good over Miss Margaret's house. Okay, mommy, I'm gonna be good. I'll call you later. We gonna probably sit around, drink some cocoa, and look at the movies. She gets to Miss Margaret's house. The ponytails come down. She goes from, Mommy, hey, Miss Margaret, what we finna do? Young lady on here says, I didn't tell until I was 16. I grew up thinking it was normal. There are precautions that have to take place. And so y'all already know I don't do women preachers, women pastors. Y'all already know it ain't no secret. And the reason that some of you, because I think it's out of divine order, the man is ahead. How are you gonna be the first man? Okay, but you know what? That's a whole nother show. The reason some of you women flock into these women preachers, because they're eating y'all up. Yeah. They eating you up. They got them little low haircuts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got them little low haircuts. They got all of the appearances of a stud. Mm. 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 I've had women come. I've had women on my radio shows that told me that this was going on in some of the churches. Dr. McSween says, I didn't talk about it until I was 30. What's the fear in talk about your shame? You're shame. You didn't forgive yourself, and you find some fault in yourself as to why. You've got to move on and take your life back. Take your mind back. You got to stop the things that are hindering your healing. Even if people expect you to do them. And yes, and I realize that as children, your abuser told you, I'm going to kill your mom if you ever tell anybody. But you got to tell it. You've got to tell your daughters, and you got to put your daughters in the mindset that you can tell me anything. I don't care how horrible it is. You can tell me anything. You can tell me anything about anybody. I don't care if it's my mama. I don't care if it's my daddy. I don't care if it's my brothers. If somebody violates you, know that your mama is always going to believe you, and we're going to look into whoever it is. We're going to call the police. And if I ever catch him on you when I walk through the door, we're going to call E.H. Ford Mortuary Services. Somebody going to have to get him, because I will not allow you as my child to be violated. I think I'm about to take me another commercial break. Get ready to take me a commercial break. Sunday morning. I'm supposed to be back on Facebook tomorrow. I don't know whether they're going to let me go live or what. I've been there for 30 days. But no matter what, I'm going to keep everything else that we've got going, because I don't care whether Facebook, really right now, I get a lot of numbers off of Facebook, but I really don't care no more. I will not be silent about the things that we need to talk about. This is what needs to be talked about Sunday mornings in church. Peter, James, John, and Matthew, Mark, Luke, James, Paul, and all them folk. That's good. But we need to know about Pookie and Junebug. And I'm going to talk to you Sunday morning about a woman by the name of Tamar. Not Braxton. Tamar in the Bible. Who was raped by her brother. And even David, the King David, didn't want nobody to find out. Didn't want nobody to find out. And I was riding along, coming to the studio, and I told Dale, I said, when I think about David, I think about David and Bathsheba. Bathsheba married to Uriah, who was a soldier in David's army. David comes out and he sees her washing herself, sends for her, has her, gets her pregnant, kills her husband. Oh, y'all ain't read that story in the Bible? It's there. I wonder if we could consider the relationship between David and Bathsheba as rape by an authority figure. I'm going to be adding that in on Sunday morning at the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries, 3835 Raleigh Milton Road, here in the city of Memphis, when the subject Sunday morning will be abuse at the house. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right on back. When you get to Dr. McSwain's commercial, turn it up so that they can hear it online. I like that, Miss Rogers. Don't let a molester live in your head for free. Crown Loyal, please. Hope y'all enjoying the show. We're in commercial break. What's happening, London? Turn that one up.
It's a delay.
Yeah. Okay. Turn that up.
States that become victims of child sexual abuse. So in honor of Child Abuse and Neglect Month and Sexual Assault, I want you to come join me, Dr. Janetta McSwain, at the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministry. As we partner together to grant every woman and man, boy and girl permission to speak up and speak out against this brutal epidemic of child abuse and neglect. Because I truly believe behind every woman is her story. We all have one. So on April the 21st from 2 to 4 p.m., I want you to come out and join me as I share my own personal triumphant story of how I survived brutal, sexual, physical, mental, child abuse and neglect by my three uncles who raped me, beat me, choked me, tied me up to chairs, by my mother who left me in the bushes, who told me I'd never be anything, who never hugged me, never told me she loved me a day in my life. Do you understand what I'm saying? How I came from GED to PhD. How I broke every generational cycle and curse in my own family. I want you to come out and hear how you too can love yourself, how I had to love myself, how you too can be anything that you want to be.
Crown Loyal, you are exited from my page. I told you don't go off topic.
How I went from a welfare mother, from a single mother of two, from a high school dropout, from stealing, from tricking, from selling drugs, from being on the corner, baby. Yes, you can do it. Failure is absolutely not an option. I will see you April the 21st from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Come on out, baby, because it's going down. Failure is not an option.
Don't you then miss this symposium on rape, assault, and abuse on Saturday, April the 21st from 2 until 4 p.m. at the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries, 3835 Raleigh Milton Road. For more information, call area code 901-435-6161. That's area code 901-435-6161. Admission only $10.
You can cut it back down now. All right, DC over in the house. All right, we are in the middle of commercial breaks. So got a few more minutes. I'm glad to have Dr. Janella McSwain on the page tonight. And those of you who are in the Memphis and surrounding areas, you need to make it your business to be here on the 21st, Saturday the 21st. On that Sunday following, we're going to have a Waiting to Exhale service that next morning. She will be here on the show that Friday night. Well, fly on to Memphis, girl. Fly on in here. If you wanna
Last
know.
commercial.
Is it up on YouTube? Dale? Yes. If you don't answer, I can't hear you. I don't understand head language. You know, I can't see sometimes. You ever let the dog in the corner, dressed in black? Oh, Mary, Mac. Yeah, I meant on both of them. So that those who may have missed it can go back. If you missed some parts of this, you can go back and go to my Thaddeus Matthews YouTube channel and capture this all over again. Mm.
30 seconds.
Getting ready to go.
Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2.
And welcome back to the Thaddeus Matthews Show. Ladies and gentlemen, I look, you need to mark it on your calendars right now. Saturday, the 21st of April, our symposium on rape, incest, and also domestic violence. Dr. Janella McSwain will be in the house. She's on my Instagram page now. In fact, the Friday night before, she will also be live here on there on my show. The admission is $10. Come on in and make sure that you are there. I'm hoping we get so many folk, I might have to put this in the gymnasium. I'd like to see 300, 400, 500 folk in the gym as we deal with this. This is the ministry of the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministry. I got to tell y'all more than what Paul them did. Hell, Paul them did. What we're going to do about right now. She says she's going to be bringing books as well. I got one of your books on my desk, Janella. I'm going to go and start reading it. Latricia gave me one of your books, so I've got to start doing that. Start reading the book. I just got to catch some more time to read. I can read it while I'm on the airplane. Okay. Look, this is a serious issue, and this is what ministry has to be about. This is what the church has to be about. We're going to even make sure that all of the young ladies who are in our mentoring are going to be there as well. Our young ladies need to hear what's going on. I'm also thinking of doing a course at the church, have someone to come in to do, take you through the martial arts, okay? Learning how to protect yourself from not only the robber man, but from the man that you got at your house who is trying to rape you. You have a right to defend yourself. So that's something that I'm putting on my calendar to look into and bring that into the ministry as well. Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries. We talk about the rape. I'm going to talk about it this Sunday morning. You women in Memphis, you need to come as I take it from the Bible and some incidents that took place in the Bible, and I'm going to bring it right and set it right in your laps. Some of you need a release. You need a spiritual release, but you need a release where you feel that you are unshackled, that you can live and that you can be free, you can be liberated, you can be empowered. In fact, on the Sunday on the 22nd, the day after Dr. McSwain's Symposium, that Sunday I'm going to call Waiting to Exhale. Waiting to exhale. Allow you as women to come on in and let's have a spiritual time and let's talk about it and let's get it all up out in the air. Yeah, you're going to do it on Saturday, but we're going to do it in a spiritual way on that Sunday. But I'm also, Laquita, you late, girl. But I'm also going to look probably tomorrow or at least Monday, maybe Saturday, because I'm at the church all day Saturday anyway. Going to bring in some people that will do the self-defense, and because you as women need to learn how to protect yourself in a rape situation. I'm talking about you grown women. You women with little girls, it's your responsibility to protect your daughters. Okay? It is your business to protect your daughters. Miss Fat 3, which is my member, and Quita, I want you back in your regular spot on that front row because you don't miss a thing. We've got to talk about this. We've got to talk about this in the church. And if your church is not addressing holistically who you are, you in the wrong church. Okay? Man, XC Vibes, you off my page. Okay? See, I don't deal with silliness. And this is a very serious topic. Okay? Very serious topic. I don't understand what possesses a man to try to take something. I don't. But it's going to continue to happen. And you've got to be prepared to handle it. Okay? So that's something that I'm going to look into tomorrow or the next day in bringing that to Naked Truth as well. A Saturday session where women can come in, and we'll have some people from a martial arts school to come in and show you simple ways of defending yourself. And it's going to be based around the rape experience, okay? How to get a man off you. What to do if you ain't got the knife, the gun, or the hammer. Because there are some folk who hit you in the head with a hammer. Get you a hammer. Get you a baseball bat. You shall not. You are too precious, baby, to allow any man to conquer you. Okay? And this is the reason I've spent last night and this night talking about it. You've got to look at your life and regain a degree of control and reassurance when you know certain things have happened to you. You've got to find yourself a support system. You've got to be ready to inspire and empower others through your healing journey. See, a part of your healing is to be in active service to others during your healing process, because it keeps going on and is going to keep going on. You, excuse me, you have to become an individual that goes out and you tell your story of survival. Okay? Tell your story of survival. Excuse me. There are women who think that they cannot survive from this. They were hurt, they're traumatized, but you got to tell your story. Don't let no man rape you and you become so ashamed that you don't tell it. Don't let your, excuse me, don't let your family members, girl, we ain't gonna tell nobody. We're gonna have to keep this in the family. Uncle Bubba been having a problem for years, child. Uncle Bubba did me like that when I was a little girl too. Well, Uncle Bubba needs to be brought to the table. Maybe I need to do a show where y'all can call in and expose your offender. Think that show would work? Or would y'all be scared? Lord Finesse, let me share it with y'all, and this is the reason y'all get blocked on my page. If you're not talking about what we're talking about on the page, and you try to go into another subject, then you are dismissed. You're blocked from my page permanently. Okay? We've got to make some changes. Okay? I wonder if I did a show, open up. See, here's the lady says, I would be terrified to expose my abuser. Why? Why does he have, and I'm talking to the young lady that's here on Instagram. Why are you fearful? Why are you going to be terrified to expose someone who terrified you? Because he's your father. Expose your father. Okay? Your father needs exposing. To the young lady that's on the site, and I wish I had your number, I call you. Your father? Why are you still allowing your father that raped you, abused you? Why are you allowing him the privilege to be able to do the same thing to somebody else? And he probably had already did it to somebody in the family, and y'all swept it up under the rug. Easier said than done. Why? 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 The world should know. See, when y'all get involved with these men, y'all need to go to the sexual offenders page. Every state has one. Every state has one. And see if your new boyfriend's name is on the sexual offenders roll. We must break the silence. Tell it. Maybe one day I'll build up the courage, but right now I'm not ready. So, to the young lady that's on the page, who else in your family is he raping? She's in Alabama, she says. But it's time. So I don't guess that show with me and my baby sister. So he raped you and your baby sister. And you ain't ready to tell it? To the young lady, does anybody in your family know? And when you let these guys get away with it, y'all, they go to the next individual. When they know that the family is set up where we ain't gonna tell nobody. Everybody knows. To the young lady that's on my page, did you share with your mother what your daddy was doing? I told my mom a few years ago and didn't get the response I was hoping for from her. She's still married to him. So was this your biological father, young lady, or was this your stepfather? If you would like to talk about it on there without exposing him, go to the church email, Naked Truth Ministries at Gmail, at gmail.com. Naked Truth Ministries. She says biological. Any of you women tonight that would like to talk about it on tomorrow night, let me tell you what you need to do. Go to the church. See, I used to open up phone lines randomly, but we get people that play it. This is too deep of a subject for me. Go to the church email. Email me your name. And if y'all got one of these crazy names that y'all use on social media, we'll use that, whatever you want to use. Give me a number, and I will call you on the air tomorrow night as we talk about this. Okay? It's a sad situation. And when I did the show yesterday, I really didn't know the impact. And I started getting inboxes on the church Facebook page, emails, and even in my Instagram of women who were really benefiting. One lady, see if I can find hers. She sent this to me. Hey, Mr. Matthews, I want to say thank you for the show on last night. I was one of those girls that was molested by my uncle and stepdad. I carried that guilt for 41 years because I thought it was my fault. I thought that I did something to bring this on. Until last night, after watching your show, I let the guilt go. I know now that it wasn't my fault. It was those sick mother fault. So I just want to say thank you and congrats on your way to Hollywood. Much love, Pastor. And I've gotten these all day. Dr. McSwain has been all around the world. She's traveled to 9 countries, and she says it's the same everywhere she goes. But women, you've got to talk about it. You've got to expose your offender. Quit allowing these men to abuse you. It ain't your fault, baby. It is not your fault. It's not your fault. And I saw something, Dr. McSwain, on your page today. And I like this, and I'm going to steal it and I'm going to use it. Well, to every woman tonight, your self-esteem is low. You've been hurt, you've been abused, you don't feel good about you don't feel good about life, you just existing, you're not living. I pulled something from Dr. McSwain's page that I'm finna use, and I'm gonna be using it. You've got to speak life into your own body, into your own mind, into your own heart. You've got to speak it into the atmosphere. So a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You need a transformation, and that transformation must start tonight. You must speak life into yourself. And it says, here's what you've got to decree and declare over your life every day. And I'm going to put this up tonight on the page. But you've got to decree and declare. And I want you women to listen to this. I am courageous. I am determined. I am non-stoppable. I am victorious. I am loved. I am gifted. I am anointed. I am blessed. I am successful. I am healed. I am beautiful. I am whole. I am confident. I am forgiving. I am grateful. I am generous. I am strengthened. I am well able. I am favored. I am God's masterpiece. I am a black woman empowered. Ladies and gentlemen, it's real. And to the men who have been sexually abused as young boys, you ain't gonna tell nobody, because it's shameful in our society, and especially in the black society, where we don't go seek no medical and mental help. No way. You don't tell it. But the scars of being sodomized does not go away from you. You hurt, you're in pain, you're in agony. You keep thinking about the man that tried to turn you out. The man who sodomized you, the man who made you take his penis in his mouth. He ejaculated in your mouth and all over your face. You get the visual here. You get the visual, but you won't tell nobody about your pain. You hurt as a child, and now as a grown man, you still hurt. You still hurt. You don't like women because the act made you think that this is the way that you're supposed to be loved. You were not born homosexual. But some deviant demonic individual forced this lifestyle into your mindset, and you became comfortable with the act of your perpetrator. You wanted to kill yourself, brother, because you feel less than a male factor because some man penetrated you. Some man put his penis in your mouth. You feel less than human. You've had trauma all your life. You've had mental issues all of your life. You just didn't tell nobody. But brother, you're able to come because at the session, there ain't no live, ain't no picture taken. After the session is over, if you would like to take a picture with Dr. McSwain, you can, but there will be no picture taken of people who are present. This is a healing session. This is a deliverance session. Many of you have been trying to be delivered all your life. You go to church every Sunday, with them big mega churches, and you have not found the deliverance that you need for this particular occasion, this particular day. Because all they want to tell you about by and by when y'all get over yonder. But God said that I am come that you may have life. And that you may have life more abundantly. Abundant living is not being a victim to your tragedies. How many commercials I got left? See what they are. I know the political stuff. If it's politicals, I can hold them off to tomorrow. Is there any that I have not played? Is there any commercial I have not played?
4 you have.
Huh?
4.
4 that I have not played? Okay. We'll have to take them. But this is a deliverance meeting. This is what real revival is about. Let me take these 4 commercials and we'll be right back. When we come back, put the PayPal up, London. Is this the last one?
The next one, Reeves.
Okay.
Twenty seconds.
Okay. Who gives a damn about you Negroes, you broke ass Negroes in Israel? Take your ass on to Israel. Bye.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2.
And welcome back to the Thaddeus Matthews Show as we are in the winding moments of this particular show. If you would like to be a part of the Naked Truth Ministries, and this guy at 808-5312, you're hypocritical. You're one of them holier than thou Christians who you think that we ain't supposed to talk about nothing but Jesus. And that we're not to talk about saving the lives of our people. And I know that you're one of the individuals, 901-808-5312, you like to report me to Facebook. I don't give a damn about Facebook. And I'll tell you that. I'll be back on in the morning, but I don't give a damn about Facebook. I will not cower down and not tell it like it is because you report me to Facebook. Kiss my entire ass, okay? I don't care. See, it's time now for the ministries to be real about life and about people. We're teaching folk about getting saved, go to heaven. That's good. But what about saving their lives? What about saving young girls from rape and destruction? When is the church going to start that? So I don't care, and y'all can call him at 901-808-5312, 808-5312, and tell him that the pastor just don't care. We are out here at the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries doing all that needs we can do to save this community. Okay? Thank you, Latricia. We are here to make a difference. Oh yeah, we're gonna worship on Sunday morning, but I spend every day in my office trying to do something that is going to make a difference. See, this guy here keeps saying, well, God's word saves. Well, the word says in Romans 10:9 that if thou shalt confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in thine heart that God raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. It's not in what you're saying, it's in the belief that God lived, he died, and he rose. That's all that salvation is all about. The Bible is a great history book, and I take homage with some of the writings of even Paul. I don't agree with everything that Paul says, and it being letters, those were Paul's opinions. You ain't ready for truth. You ain't ready for the real deal. But I'm going to bring it to you. If you would like to support the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries, go to paypal.me/Naked Truth Ministries. Or you can go right now to the church website. Many of you are there right now. NakedTruthLEM.com. And there is a spot for it right there for you to be able to give. Saturday, our mentoring program will take place. For young girls 12 to 21, 3835 Raleigh Military Road, from 10 until 12 o'clock. Mothers, you are invited to come and be a part of the mentoring as well. Mentors that are going to be there, that's going to take on the responsibilities that some mothers have not taken, to train daughters and train your daughters how to cook, clean, sew, etiquette, and then just have somebody there to partner with them, okay? To partner with them that they can talk to when maybe they cannot talk to you. Then we're going to be talking to you about our back to basics summer camps. But this is the real deal. This is about what ministry is all about. Will you go right now, make a $25, $50, $100, $10 donation to this ministry as we attempt to deliver folk from their issues, the whole man, and not just the part that y'all want to see on Sunday morning. The whole man, dealing with drugs, dealing with counseling, as we're even now preparing to put together a community clinic there on our campus here in Memphis, Tennessee. I've got to go. I wish I could give y'all some more, but it's time to go. Ladies, and don't forget, next Wednesday and Thursday, I will not be here. I'll be in Hollywood, where all the stars at, filming a nationally syndicated show. Won't he do it? That's what we used to say at the church. Yes, he will. Until tomorrow night, I'm the baddest man on TV, bar none, and social media too. My name is Thaddeus Matthews. Until tomorrow, top of the evening to you. Oh, those of you on Instagram, you're finna time out. If you want to see the show again, I think it's here for a little while. You can go to the church page or you can go to Thaddeus Matthews YouTube TV channel. Thank you so very much for being here. And until we get together again on social media, bye. And if Facebook come up, I'll do a little thing in the morning. Bye, y'all. Never could have